What's up, guys? I got another 2 days and I took it to go camping. So here we are. Alright guys, so anyway, I got a couple days. Here I am camping. I had to come up and check out a couple state parks. I went to the Tonka State Park and checked it out. It had a old castle and a natural bridge and some other really cool stuff. I'll throw up a little bit of video from it. I didn't want to do a video there. I just recorded as I walked and stuff, you know. But anyway, I left that state park earlier today, and there's no camping there. I probably would have camped there. And I ended up coming quite a bit more south and came down to Bennett Springs State Park, and this is a nice state park. Lots of fish hatcheries and trout fishing, tons of trout fishing. They've even got 2 restaurants here. It's way down at the other end. I mean, it's a big campground, so I'm at like the really far primitive end where it's just basic camping. No electrical and no water on site, but there is water and showers just up the road, so it's not too terrible. But it ought to make for a nice camp spot compared to my last wilderness camping, where it was brutal. You know, it was just brutal being out in the woods, having to spend all that time clearing your spot and gathering wood and building a fire pit. You know, now I've pretty much come and just got my stuff unpacked here. I haven't really done much. I made a cup of coffee. So yeah, I made a cup of coffee pretty much and unpacked the bike, set the tent up, and I'll show you that in a minute. And I went and bought $4 worth of firewood. It wasn't too bad, so $4 for that little bundle. And then I've got some bits and pieces here on site and whatever else I can collect, I guess. And then it was 13 bucks for the spot. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of fire there. I plan on cooking. I brought, of course I brought potatoes because those are awesome. I actually got some good new ones here, roasted garlic and Parmesan baby reds. So that's what I'm going to try today. And then I've also started bringing these Folgers Coffee Singles Classic Rope Coffee Bag. It's kind of like a tea bag, but man, it makes good coffee, I tell you. I was using these little Folgers Instant Coffee Crystals, and they're not any good at all. I don't know what they do with that, but it smells like a dark roast, but it tastes like burnt coffee. So yeah, if you like that kind of thing. Other than that, I got oatmeal for breakfast, and I brought some of this beef jerky. This is my favorite beef jerky, Papa's Jerky. It's almost like, homemade I used to get when I was a kid, where it's not that processed stuff like Jack's Links and stuff like that is, where it's like a actual meat. This is, of course it's meat, but it's more like a shredded thinner type with better flavor. I brought one of these for a snack. These are great little things just for snacks. But yeah, other than that, I just got the potatoes for dinner. That was a snack. I didn't even eat it. And then I've got the oatmeal for breakfast. And then this is something else I did. I did not have any room on my bike for my cooler. And I'm hoping it didn't get wet. It doesn't look like it. But I brought 2 bacon cheddar burgers in here. I'm going to have to re-patty them because, of course, they got flattened in a baggie of ketchup. The ketchup baggie was double bagged. The burgers were triple bagged. And then I bagged the ice two times separately. That way the ice wouldn't get in there. And then the burgers were between this pack of ice. And then in my bag I've got the Camelback that was full ice. And it's still ice, and this still has ice. So my burger stayed cold all day today in my backpack between the ice. So that worked out great, and I'm gonna cook those up on this pan. I plan on boiling the water on my rocket stove, and then on the pan I will cook the burgers one at a time, of course. And for that, I brought this to use. So you guys seen this in my other video when I did a review of the Lixida stove. So I'm gonna cook some burgers on that, and hopefully I can slow cook them like I planned. And then this, I brought the shielding to go around it, and I'll show you guys that here when I get cooking. But anyway, I was talking about this bag. It's not a bug out bag or anything. I guess it could be. It's pretty much got, this is a first aid kit on here, and then in here I've got just a knife, a saw, my water thing, And then in this compartment, you can see the hose sticking out. That's for my drinking water. You can see this thing here. It's still like, there's like a whole, I can't even push that down. There's like solid ice in there still from when I put it in there today. But these Ozark, or they're actually called outdoor products from Walmart. Man, these things are like coolers on their own. Anytime I bring water and ice in there, it takes all day to melt that. So they're really good for keeping your stuff cold all day long. But yeah, so I'm pretty much here set up. I'm going to show you guys my new tent. I had to get a new tent. The other one was great, but with it being a Walmart special, you know, it had some flaws and some stuff that I really wanted to fix on it. And with this tent, everything that I wanted is the way it is now. Everything that I wanted I have now. So it's absolutely perfect tent. So anyway, there's the bike. I got the new gas tank on there. I was gonna make a video on that, but I wasn't feeling it. It just wasn't cool. But anyway, on that, I took off the stock 2.7 gallon and put on an Acerbis 3.7. So I've actually the stock was 2.4, I think. And now that's a 3.7. So I've got a gallon plus extra gas. So no more roto packs on the back there. So now it's so much better. And I don't have to stop for gas, but every 150 to 200 miles now. I haven't run it out yet, so I don't know exactly where it's going to be at, but it's right in there. And I used to have to stop at like 85 miles to get gas before I hit reserve. And I think it was like 100 or 115 on reserve. So that's so much better than not having to stop for gas. All right, I guess we'll get to the tent here in a second, but I wanted to show you guys this thing too. This is something I picked up here. I was trying to lighten my cookware, and this is a Tok's titanium 550 ml titanium boiling pot, and it comes in a little bag. This holds 2 cups of water, and that's all I need to boil to make those potatoes. So it actually works out quite well to just boil the potatoes, and then anything else I need is less water than that. And this thing is like, I don't know how many ounces it is. It's like 1 or 2, like if that. And it's super light. So now I'm just down to bringing that to boil water, and then if I bring in food, like today I'm just doing it overnight. I brought actual cold food that normally I wouldn't bring on more than one day, but I brought my little frying pan to cook that stuff up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, and let's go over and check out the tent. Alright, so this is a Alps Mountaineering, and it's called a Lynx 1. It's a 1-person tent, and it is awesome. You can already see, like on the sides, how the rain flap is pulled away from the actual tent, and that works out super well. And you can see on the end there, you've got a window on that end, and you've got a window on this end, and they work real well. You know, there's no ventilation through the windows, but the clear spots anyway, you know, those are like vinyl coverings or something. And then up at the top, you've got these two. It airs out up here, and then it comes out to 2 flaps on the outside, and I'll show you those. And that's where like the ventilation is. And this tent is amazing for ventilation. You can see that it ventilates all the way around the edges and out to the vestibule where you store your gear at. And that super helps with ventilation. So this is like a really, really good ventilation tent. They actually had it on sale for $77 on Amazon, so I picked it up, and it turned out really well. So this here, normally when you close it, comes out all the way out here, just like that. And then you've got a vestibule, and that works out much better on this tent because you've got more room compared to my other tent where the opening was on the front and you had to squeeze in it like a worm getting in your sleeping bag. This one's on the side, so you just get in through the side and lay down. It's so much better to get in and out of, and there's like zero problem with it. It's so much better. All right, so on the top there, you can see the 2 flaps sticking up, and they actually come with hard Velcro in here, and you can see they pop out. This is a hard piece right here. And then you can just push it in there, and if I can get my hands under there, one hand, and flip it up like that, and then you've got a little opening there on the top to ventilate. And there's the window I was talking about. I haven't put up the guy lines yet. This tent actually has some amazing guy lines with it, but the guy line's all hooked to these here. Alright guys, so anyway, I put one of these on here. I didn't have them on at all because I don't need them here. It's really for like super windy conditions or something, you know, that you'd really need them. But basically I tied a bow line knot up here. That way it can be undone and everything. It doesn't just tie a normal knot on there. And then you come down here, and this is what's amazing about the guy lines that come with this. So you can do this with one hand. Okay, so if you've seen normal guy lines, they're like a little weird thing, and they're not that great, especially on my cheaper tent that I had. So with this one, it's already pretty tight right now. So I'll go ahead and loosen it up. But you see that? It's got like teeth in there. So pretty much you've got your stake. You pull your guy line tight and then rotate this upwards and it locks in and you're tight now. And then you can go as tight as you need. So there, check that out. Easiest guy line I've ever seen for a tent. Absolutely amazing. So on top of the awesome guy lines and everything else about this tent, it does have a foot pad that you can get for it. That way you don't destroy the bottom of your tent. And everything comes factory sealed from the factory. Unlike Walmart tents, they do not come factory sealed. So everything is sealed. All the seams have been properly factory sealed, and this thing is 100% storm-proof right out of the gate. It's absolutely amazing tent, and I haven't even slept in it yet. But I can tell you now that it's actually bigger than my other tent, because where I would put my feet on my old tent, it got really small, and then the head end was bigger, like as big as that, and then it got really small on the foot end. So I'm doing much better now with this tent. So anyway, I also got a new sleeping pad, and this is the Ecotech Hibern 8. And you can see it's not flat because it doesn't go flat till you lay on it. But it is brand new and I haven't slept on it yet, so we're going to test that out too. But it's supposed to be super comfortable.